Friday, August the 1st, pinch punch 2025, and today I'm back at Berwick where I was a few months back, April I believe, doing a pilgrim walk back then. So today I'm attempting a walk that I last attempted in May 2010, which is Saturday Walkers Club Book 2 Walk 27. Back then I had issues with the trains and had to start at Polegate, so I've never actually completed this walk, and I won't be today either, because what I'm going to do is the variants that don't include the villages that I recently walked on the pilgrim route. So today we're going to follow the Wealdway and the South Downs Way. And I know I said a couple of months ago that I don't like honey pots in the peak seasons, and obviously today's one of them. I'm hoping that this section of the South Downs Way won't be too busy. I'm over towards Eastbourne. There's a big festival going on down near Brighton this weekend, Pride, so possibly it may be quieter over this way. Let's see. Got a cracking day at the moment. It's around 21 degrees, sunny intervals. However,
Brighton Pride is taking...
The Met are reliably informing me, and have been over the last couple of days, that there might be showers towards the end of the walk around 4 o'clock as we approach Eastbourne. They've been unsure. Sometimes they say there are going to be showers, sometimes they say there aren't, but based on my last walk I would think that there may well be, which is a pain. So let's get cracking. It's around 12:30 now. Quite a lengthy journey getting to Berwick, one way or the other. There's the downs in the distance. And let's see what the local village shop has in the way of sarnies, because I have not yet got any. Underway, and here's my first obstacle of the day. Now I don't want to go around the back of that horse, so I've got a problem. How to get round them. Yeah, this one looks a bit excitable. He's got a foot problem. Successfully bypassed. A little bit of a vista on my right. Yeah, some cattle ahead. Hopefully I come off the path before then, because I'm aiming to bypass Arlington Reservoir today, because that was on my last walk recently, and follow the country lane to get to the Wealdway. Expecting around 10-11 miles today, I'm not sure. A little bit of time lost here, because this path that I'm on at the moment takes you to Arlington Reservoir, which I don't want, because on the map there is a shortcut running right to this path, but as you can see the field's overgrown. But I've just spoken to a local lady and she tells me that the lane that I'm trying to get on is over there in that corner where the UV panel is. He got to this lane, but as you can see it's signposted this end, but then not across the field, so I'll have to report that to East Sussex. Little section here where I've come off the lane. I'm using a GPX track today, obviously. Cuts the corner off, a bit safer as well, because this road is actually quite busy, so be careful. Over a river here with loads of Himalayan balsam. Totally out of control, this plant. And we finally join the Wealdway. Now I'm using this route today because of the overgrowth. I'm very conscious from the last walk, the pilgrim walk, that some of the paths were overgrown then. That was back in April, so they're very likely to be an issue today. Hopefully these more well walked routes will be clearer. And the long man comes into view for the first time today. I won't have seen it from this angle before. Well, not to my knowledge. And the river that I just filmed, that I walked over, is the early stages of the Cuckmere. Well, I do recognise this, so I have walked it in the past at some stage. So there you go, the Cuckmere pilgrim path that I did back in April comes this way, albeit in a circuitous fashion. So that's why I recognise it. Very short-stemmed barley waiting to be cut here. Cross over the railway shortly. Over the rail line. I remember this. This is the particularly overgrown section that I thought I was going to miss today. Clearly not. Fingers crossed. So here we go. Mainly rushes at the moment, but it's when you get into that blackthorn ahead that could be a problem. No problem. It's quite clear actually. But East Sussex need to do some work on their footpath maintenance. The stiles on this route so far have been atrocious. Plenty of hay fields thus far. A few nitrogen beans and even some maize I've noticed. Glorious. Got the busy A27 to tackle in a second. Yeah, not enjoying, going to look forward to that. Passing some chalets at Parkland Lodge. And there's the A27 just ahead. Yep, you can lose a good 5 minutes there, but better to live to tell the tale than to get run over, I suppose. So, as previously, continue to follow the Cuckmere pilgrim path next to this house, coming off the lane. That doesn't look too good. The sheep know something that I don't currently, i.e. that some precipitation is about to come. Still no sandwiches either. I wonder if there's a village shop at Wilmington, I can't remember. Even though the paths are pretty dry today, for the most part, there are little sections where, in these little damp areas, where there's still a bit of mud underfoot, so you can imagine what it's like in the wetter months. Can't remember what it was like when I walked it in April. Here we are in Wilmington, pub being on the left, down the left there, but I can't remember if they've got a store. I have to find out. St Mary and St Peter's, where I had my lunch last time, I believe. So let's get under that 1600-year-old yew and eat what morsels I've got, which isn't much. There is the said yew, filmed last time, and the seat is still available, luckily, which surprises me on a nice sunny holiday day. I guess I got in here last time, I can't remember. There's the old organ at the back. I'm sure you'll be able to find that description online. Stained glass window history. Wonderful. Cleave the wood and I am there. Wonderful. Well, there you go, Greek Street, London. This organ. '12th century church. Some lovely stained glass. Yeah, wonderful. Information panel here about the new bee and butterfly window, and there's the old one. We'll have a look at the new one in a second. And there she blows. New bit of work here, done by the Trust. And looking back, well, away from the church door, there's a few more seats in this other little cemetery. Come through that area there. So I'll have my lunch here. And it is starting to get a bit greyer and the wind is picking up, unfortunately. So I need to get my skates on. 2:15 now. 2:45, lunch has been had, what there was of it. And thanks to Ralph and Maddie Watts for their hospitality here. Very grateful for that. I think I'll have to have cod and chips when I get to Eastbourne. Make up for my lack of sarnies today. Just checked the Met Office and still not clear what's happening towards the end of this walk, whether it's going to shower or not. So let's press on and keep fingers crossed. One final view of the 1600-year yew. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Let's make out the remains of the old priory there. Private drive now. There is even a seat here on the edge of the village. John, can't make out his name, was an author. Getting a bit closer to the long man now. Get up past him and on the top will be the South Downs Way, all being well. Decent views from part of the way up. Windover Hill, this is officially called, I believe. I've seen a lot of things on the downs in the past, but wild horses are not one of them. Wonder what breed they are. They seem to be in some kind of enclosure around the long man. So there's your answer. Information panel about the long man. Bit of a mystery. Let's make out Arlington Reservoir there in the distance, which I didn't walk past today, obviously. But it is officially part of this walk, if you so wish to do that variant.
Total time 1 hour 46 minutes and 56 seconds. Foot pace 34 minutes 12 seconds per mile.
Wonderful views up here. You see the old railway line in front of the reservoir there. The train's going down to Eastbourne, where I'm headed. This juncture, just having come through this gate, come to a crossroads where I'm taking a left to get on the South Downs Way. There are some Exmoors, quite camel-backed. Downs Way is off right here. Views out to sea now. A little bit misty. Glorious. Nearly 500 foot up here. More of those unsightly windmills, as Trump calls them. And I totally agree with him on that one. We are ruining our country, as you well know from previous recordings. And blow me, the day Trump left, Scottish Government have announced the biggest wind farm ever made in the UK, not far from Trump's Aberdeen coastline. The wildlife that's going to decimate is indescribable. Birds in the air, whales, dolphins, etc. in the sea. Shocking. Looks like someone's flying a drone over there. Yeah, there you go. I think that's illegal. 620 foot at this point. The height ranges today, by the way, are between 17 feet, which is likely down at Eastbourne, and 652. So that's not going to be far off now, 650, probably over there. You can't beat Mother Nature, even against a pretty stiff breeze up here now. That hawk, wherever it's gone, is absolutely a master of holding its position, unlike that drone behind us. Wonderful valley, U-shaped. Yeah, spoilt by that massive windmills out there. Wonderful. Preston Forest over there on my right. Lovely to see woodland up on the downs. Not much of it left these days. I think the North Downs has got a bit more, but not much. Remnants of a dew pond here. So pleasantly tranquil. Surprise, surprise, in the middle of the summer holidays. Good to see as well. Yeah, looking ominous. Fingers crossed. Memories of times gone by there with the old sheep pen. Apart from the odd biplane, no jet noise either. Not sure when the Eastbourne air show is. Doesn't sound like it's this weekend anyway. Well, thankfully he's not around today. Lovely green woodpecker there. Not a bird I was expecting to see up here today. Looks like a youngster, I would guess. Mind you, it's that time of year when the birds have gone quiet and are losing their plumage anyway, or regrowing it. But just a small copse, and that's his patch. One of the original South Downs Way concrete way markers. As I now descend in towards Jevington. Nice bench here that's appeared since I last did the walk, 2018. Just on the outskirts of Jevington. There's his vista. Jevington Church. Get the name in a second. Andrews, which appears to be open. So there it is. Bit gloomy. Let me see if there's any lights. No lights, unfortunately. So I can't get much detail on the organ. When I zoom in, no, see, it's too dark. View back for what it's worth. Picnic table just outside the church as well, for those that might have a flask. Coming out opposite Hungry Monk Cottages. Interesting crow on top there. Looking back over Jevington, hidden down in the valley there. Wind's picking up, but still no droplets. Fingers crossed. Just make out Jevington Church there. Final view down on Jevington and its surrounding area. Sea out on my right now. inland views as well through the gap there. You can even see Arlington. .1066 country walk to my left. We continue going straight ahead though. Crossroads here, by the way. Rig Point, believe it or not, is the high point of the day at 652 feet per my altimeter. And what an amazing vista as the sun comes out for us. Looking down on Eastbourne here and beyond. Yeah, you can tell we're getting near an urban area. Dogs and more people about. And there in the far distance, Bell to Lighthouse on my right, Berlin Gap, East Dean area, where I was a couple of months back as well, doing the Seven Sisters. Sea looks really blue today. There are rain showers out there at sea. Yep. Fingers crossed, I've got about 2 more miles to go. Eastbourne is consistently Britain's sunniest location. You can see why at the moment. Roundabout is pretty gloomy and grey, even raining at sea, but not Eastbourne. Horrendous rainstorm inland there over Arlington Way. Through Eastbourne Downs Golf Course. Yeah, look at that. Fingers crossed. Near the bus stop now, and 9 mile into the walk. Question of whether to risk doing the last 3 mile or get the bus, because it's just starting to spit. So I'm back at Eastbourne station, but unfortunately not in the way I thought I would be. After 9 miles, I had to get the bus 12A, and that's deposited me down here at the station. There were still 3 more miles to be done, so yeah, unfortunately this walk seems to be a curse for me, so still haven't completed it. But in any case, a very good walk. The 9 miles that I did do. The Met were right once again. I've had to get the waterproof out and rain stop play. But otherwise a very good walk. So that's book 2, walk 27, once again partially completed. Albeit that I have walked the remainder on other walks. So, sod's law, the sun's out now the bus has dropped me off. But hey ho, till the next time.